Hello, and welcome to another glorious week. It's beautiful weather outside here in Ireland on this lovely November day. A little bit rainy, a little bit cold, but a little bit lovely. We do like that here because I believe that the weather is so bad in Ireland in the winter that we've developed many ways of loving the winter and Christmas. It's our speciality, it's how we survive. Last week, on Saturday, I think I was having a little think. Something came across me. I'm not sure if this happened to you, but it probably has. And I just started to think, why do I do anything? Why do I do anything that I do? What is the purpose of anything that I do? This happens to me once every maybe 2 or 3 years. I think it's my brain goes into reboot mode or some fucking sort of thing. So then I started to go, that's a pretty valid thought. Let's have a little think about it. So I was thinking about what do I actually do? Well, the first thing I do is work. I work. I have my own business. We do creative work, branding, websites, videos. We do them all for businesses. I make films. I write and make my own films. I do this YouTube stuff. Again, it falls into the film stuff, but not really either. And then I play music sometimes, but that's only really just a hobby, right? But let's say the three things. Work, films, and YouTube. So the first one's pretty straightforward, right? I work for money. That's what I was like. I just work for money. Is that honest with yourself? And when I was growing up and when I started the business, because to start the business, you have to be getting in that entrepreneur mindset. And I did used to believe that I would get some sort of fulfillment from creating the business. But the type of fulfillment that I got from the business was not the type of fulfillment that I needed. It was all just monetary and kind of... Business is kind of like a game, you know. You're playing like a weird game. And the sooner I shifted over to just doing it for money, the better I became at it. Because if you're trying to... Well, this is for me personally. If I'm trying to get like some sort of a, self-satisfaction or artistic satisfaction, because sometimes I believe you can be... Well, a lot of people think that, the work I do is quite creative, but to me, it's not, because you're doing it for a business, you're doing it for another company, so there's no part of yourself in it. And when you put part of yourself in it, then it's not really doing the job that it's meant to do, so you're kind of playing the wrong game. So I'm kind of like, I was always like, never getting satisfaction from work jobs in that sense, in an artistic sense. But in the fun and the excitement of making money and getting deals in and getting jobs in and talking to people, that's fun. But the artistic side, not fun. So a couple of years back, I think something happened and I just went, poof, right, we're only doing this for money now. And I start playing that game, and it just works out much better. I don't get like annoyed by people really anymore, and be like, oh, why do they want to change it? It's perfect the way it is. I'm kind of like, well, it's their thing. They're paying for it. I'll do it. So that keeps the wheels moving, keeps the wheels spinning. But the next one then is films. Why do I make films? What am I doing? Because, like where we live at the moment, the world we live in is kind of like, if you're doing a hobby or something or some sort, or let's say you're doing a thing like films, it's kind of like a lot of people will be like, why are you doing that? And what they actually mean is, how much money are you making from this? Which is kind of weird, right? It's like, you're not really... Once you become an adult, you're not really allowed to do anything for money. Or the ultimate goal in the end is that you get money for it. You'll get paid to do the thing. Maybe if you do it now, then down the line, you'll get paid. How much would you think you'll make then? And that's what a lot of people would say. Like, why are you doing that? Whoa. But the reality is, it's just fun. Isn't it really fun? I just find it very fun to do. And it's actually deeper than being fun. It's kind of a necessity, a sort of a therapeutic thing, or I would be a very restless person, if I'm sitting down, I'm kind of like shaking my knee all the time, and I'm always like kind of thinking I have to be doing something. And I used to drive that into work, doing work. I'd be like, no, more work. But I soon realized that work doesn't give back what you give into it if you're kind of searching for that artistic or even that self satisfaction. You're actually just constantly working for other people. And when fucking the shit hits the fan, no one actually cares about that. Like no one really cares about money. No one really cares about how much money you've made. No one really cares if you're putting all your effort into working for someone. They don't even care that you're doing that. They don't even appreciate that a lot of the time. If you're like really endlessly doing it, you still get paid the same amount. So you shouldn't be going on a Saturday morning and fucking on your computer doing work. Like, I don't know. Well, you can do it. Like, you could do that. But for me, I found that that's so... it doesn't give back. It doesn't give back anything. So I used to always do videos and films and art and stuff in college. And I used to find that just so exciting. Like these ideas, coming up with thinking these ideas, piecing ideas together to create like a story or a world. Mostly a world, right? To create a little world. Whoa, put music on these videos. Whoa, look, this is unreal. And the lines are blurred between that and the work that I do. But once I separate them, the worlds that I create are my worlds. I do it. There's no feedback. There's no edits. There's no anything. I'm doing it. I'm driving the ship. And it's a beautiful thing. And now I can put all my energy into that. Thinking about that. Working on that. Building that. Developing that. It's fantastic. And that's why you create films. But then the mad thing is, so last year we created Outer Heavens. I'm still editing it at the moment. It's like a colossal amount of work. It's the most work I've ever put into anything in my life. And I can see how that probably seems a bit mental of a thing to be doing. But it's just love it so much. It's just such crack. And what is the goal of it at the end? I guess my goal is a bit fucking skewed, right? It was good that I kind of asked myself this because I was always like, right, my goal is that Outer Heavens does well so that we can get more money to make another movie and do this again. And maybe, like, for Outer Heavens, we didn't even pay for anything. So this one we could pay for stuff, and and that we could pay people to come and help us on it and spend time on it. That is a good goal to have for it, right? But it still comes into the money thing then. And that's not really the goal. The goal is that, the goal of making the films is to make the films. That's it, really. Like, it's not like at the end of the film, I'm going to sit and watch the film loads or anything like that. It's the journey of the film that is so fun. The writing part's crazy. It's manic. It seems impossible at the start. And you're starting to put all these ideas together. You could have 100 scenes to put together. I'm going, do any of these make sense together? But that one doesn't make sense. Let's get rid of that. And then we're cutting it down. And then we have like about 60 to 70 scenes. None of them fucking even really make sense either. But is that exciting to allow it not to make sense? Is it exciting to allow this film to be created? And I'm not really worrying about it making sense or people understanding it. It's so freeing to do that. It's so exciting. And then people read it because people are so intuitive. We if I give it to someone, right, let's say I make it and it's completely random to me, but maybe I'm starting to develop some sort of an idea of what the film, the written part of the film is. Then I give it to someone else and they're like, whoa, I love this, and does that mean this? And people start to develop the stories themselves. It's like a community thing, but creative, and I think it brings people to this higher level of like a buzz. It's like this it's like this excitement level. It's not like, I used to say it's like a meditation. It's not. It's like a pure excitement. Like you're so fucking excited, fucking stimulated. It's the opposite of overstimulated. It's like perfectly stimulated level or area we can be in now because we're all bouncing off each other. Some mad thing going on. It's fucking great fun. You can kind of link it. I used to do lots of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You can kind of link it like when you're having a really good session with the lads and training with them, maybe I can kind of feel like that. It's this flow kind of state that I find it impossible to get into with anything else ever. So that's the writing stage. Then you get to the planning stage. Then you're talking to people, how would you do this? And they're saying, I'd have one idea in my mind. Then they go, well, what if you did that? I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, cool. That's brilliant. I love that idea. And then they've just created a big part of it that I don't even know about. And everyone, as you go through the process, then you go to the filming and the actors doing this, and then the location looks different than I thought. So as you keep going, all these new weird things are being built onto the film. They're building on everything, adding on everything. And it just becomes this crazy world that I kind of lit the fucking fuse on, but then it fucking explodes into this thing of many people's fucking flow level minds coming into it, and it's euphoric. And then when we're working through the edit, like as hard as the edit is, when you're just looking at it, it just brings such a buzz. Like it's such a fucking buzz looking at the edit and certain scenes and how's this scene? It's like a big puzzle. How's this scene go into that? And what's this make everyone feel now? And it's like the ultimate form of communication, you know. We don't even have to speak. We're communicating something to each other in the process. We're communicating something to each other that we can't articulate, that you can't even say it words. Like I can't even tell you what I'm talking about here. It's like it's a feeling, and it's fucking great. But I could do that again without money. I don't need money to do that. So why am I doing it then? Well, it's just for that feeling, chasing that feeling, that balance, that fun. I guess it's a kind of fun, right? It's like, what is it? I don't know. But it's that feeling. That's why you do it. I think that's pretty fair. What about the YouTube videos? I guess on a little level, they're kind of similar. I like connecting with people, talking about the thing. We do lives, having a bit of a buzz. It's fun. I get some ideas. There's a great community of people in the YouTube video. CB the Third, Amanda Dances, Irish Pogs, Angel Pogs, Shay. There's loads of people. If I didn't mention it, don't be offended, please. But there's loads of people that come in. We have chats, think about things. And you're meeting like-minded people. And one thing I was like is I do these talking ones, but they do help me. These are kind of like a diary. Like, they help me kind of articulate my thoughts. I haven't said any of this out loud yet. But now I am doing it on a kind of long form way to myself. So I'm figuring it out. Like even the stuff we're talking about films, I never read. That's all in my head. So it's cool to get it out when you say the things. And YouTube's like that. It's kind of more of a meditation, a kind of a therapy thing. But also I was kind of thinking I'm going to start making I used to make kind of short film sort of like videos for YouTube. They're not film, but they're more sketch kind of things than just talking. So I was like, maybe I'll start doing that again to get a mini buzz like what I get from the films, but more in a mini version. Like, because I just feel like you have to keep doing the stuff like to maintain yourself, and it's like a therapy. It's like to maintain your energy. You've got this kind of fucking energy, and you need to be using it in the correct way. And the correct way is through creativity. For me, for other people, I don't know what it is. It's all these different things: sports, running, drugs, drink. It could be anything. Music. I don't know. But I just, yeah. Oh, cool. There you go. I don't know if any of that makes any sense. Can you just me talking about myself this week? But maybe if you relate to it, drop a little message down and let's fucking talk. It's good to just chat out these things. Sometimes these kind of conversations get people fucking starting a project or something, being like, yeah, I'm going to fucking start a project. So that's why I like to do them. Guys, listen, have a lovely day. It's still beautiful here. It's still beautiful there. Have a great week. Welcome to November. And talk to you next week.